We could turn this into an ASMR show.
I hate that.
I thought it was refreshing. Welcome to Wack and Trash Recap, the movie recap podcast. I'm your host, Stephen Mitchell.
And I'm your host, Zach Olson.
And today we're joined by a very special guest, Mr. Corbin Rosenthal.
Who is none other than my roommate.
Hello. Hi. I'm here.
And friend.
Friend first.
Friend first, then roommate.
And we don't live in the same room, so.
That's right.
Yeah, more like
clarification.
apartment mate, housemate,
Yes.
if you will.
Yeah. I never knew how to distinguish those two, but I like that. Apartment mate. Which we are in our apartment right now, if you couldn't guess. We're a little mobile again. Wack and Trash has been on the move these days, so thank you for your patience with us, Mom. Corbin, why don't you introduce the movie today? What are we talking
man.
about?
Okay, so today we're talking about the movie Signs, which is an awesome sci-fi thriller starring Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix, and
Which took me by surprise.
Yeah,
I forgot he was in it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people forget Joaquin's in that, and then
But he crushed it.
he really
Top-notch
does.
performance.
I know, and he's one of the main characters, which
Right.
is it's pretty sad that we always forget about him.
It's kind of like Timothy Chalamet being in Interstellar.
Yeah.
You're like, he is? Wow.
Well, that was before he was famous, though, you know.
The movie opens with a lot of credits, if I recall.
Yes.
It's one of those movies.
It's
it
an
takes
older
a hot
film.
minute.
Yep.
I believe it starts off at night, doesn't it?
Yes, that wasn't a rhetorical question. I forgot.
Look, don't look at me for most of this movie.
It starts off at night, and you're looking at Mel Gibson's character, who's a father of two, I believe.
Yep. And you
And-
see a photo of him with his wife, right?
Yes.
And it's
that's-
got the white collar, so you
Yep.
know he
Is a
was
pastor.
or is a priest.
Yeah, and it kind of pans around his room, and I think he jolts awake, and there's a child, his child, there.
Just a random kid.
not any child, his child. His daughter's there, and she has a little conversation with him, and he takes her back to her bed and tucks her in. and-
Doesn't she ask for a glass of water?
Yeah.
And
she
she's
asks.
like, this water's contaminated. And he's like, it's not contaminated, honey.
You're getting too old to be doing this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know there was like an age limit for like, flavor.
After you hit 4, you're not allowed to ask for new cups of water anymore.
Oh, wow.
Didn't he?
Oh.
I've been living my life so wrong.
What about if the water's contaminated?
Suck it up.
Literally, suck the water.
I didn't ever learn that lesson then.
Oh, yeah.
I will still throw away gross tasting water.
Did you ever drink from the hose?
Oh yeah, that's different. That's way different.
Totally different.
Totally
ballpark.
different.
All right. I would steer us back on track, but I don't remember what happens next.
There's a very important little connection there, which is when he's tucking the kid to bed, he looks out the window and he sees a silhouette on top of the roof. And this is the
right.
first like jump scare you have, and you're like, oh shoot, because there's a big human-ish figure on top of the roof. And so he goes and wakes up his brother, I think, and they go and
I thought this was like the next scene.
Here's a little bit about us. So we kind of jump around here and there when we don't remember what's next.
Okay, Mel Gibson wakes up and his kids are not in bed anymore, and he hears a scream, and so he grabs his brother and they run into the corn.
yeah.
And they're in Pennsylvania, by the way, in corn land,
They're
Pennsylvania.
in Pennsylvania. Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't even
yeah.
know that. Way to pay attention.
That's what I do.
Did you research that, or did you just
No, I just
know by
remembered
the
that.
street names?
Well, because my dad's from Pennsylvania, so I was like, wow.
I know that corn.
I've seen that exact corn before. Well, actually, in my research to confirm that he was not a Catholic priest and an
Episcopalian?
Pescatarian priest, I saw that they also shot it in Pennsylvania too.
Oh, okay.
But it was anyways, he runs to the corn,
Yeah.
and he finds his daughter, him and his brother. His name, by the way, the dad's name is Graham.
Mm-hmm.
The brother's name is
Jesse. Right? No?
Meryl.
Meryl. Yeah. It was close.
That was close.
It was.
You were right there.
Then they run and they find his son, whose name is Bo.
Bo's the daughter.
Bo.
Oh, very
We're doing really good.
Hang on. Wait.
What's the boy's name?
Now I want to say Jack. I don't
I'm
think
sorry.
that's his name.
I don't think
Look
so.
what you've done to me.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna call him Jack.
Yeah.
Then they're like, Jack, you can't be leaving your sister and running around like this. And then he looks and see what Jack's looking at, and it's a big crop circle. And you're like,
But it's not like just any crop circle. Like all the stalks are like laid down in a circle, and like they're all perfect. Like none of them's broken.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah.
And so it's just like a carpet of corn. I just wanted
Yeah.
to throw that out there because that's kind of like what triggers them to be like, okay, all right, so somebody did this intentionally. They came in and they took it, like uprooted it and then put it all down on the ground. It's got to be whatever boys from town.
Lionel Pritchett.
Wolfington
Brothers.
yep. And so they call him. They're like, where were your kids at last night? And he was like, at the movies. Are you sure? That's my Mel Gibson impression.
Nice.
That's a pretty good one.
Spot on. And then I think that night is when this invasion happened.
I thought it was the night prior because after the whole crop circle thingy.
So the cop comes because of the home invasion, and then that's when Mel Gibson is like, you should also see the crop circle. And while they're gone,
Okay.
at the crop circle, is when they're talking about the dogs and animals been acting up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, at the grill,
They hear because they got a dog. They got two dogs. Yeah. And the one dog starts going wild with the kids. It attacks the girl, right?
it
Well,
like snaps at her.
The dogs were acting aggressive all day, and it starts like growling at her when she brings it water. And they're like, "Oh no!" And meanwhile, Sheriff Lady and Mel Gibson are out in the field, and Mel Gibson's like, "I can't hear my kids," and they come running back through the
Which,
corn.
great hearing,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. He can't hear his kids. He comes running back through the corn, and dog is lying there skewered
Yeah.
with the chicken skewer.
The boy stuck him
Yeah.
like a stuck pig.
Um,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yep.
And then they're just, shout out Dad. Very cool about his
Yeah.
dog getting killed.
Murdered.
yeah, yeah.
And it was just like, I'm sorry this happened.
Well, if it's between your dog and your daughter,
Right.
Yep.
No, of course.
Mel Gibson's character Graham is like a kind of like a cold father figure, but he's still like very actively a father figure. Like his first intention is to make sure his kids are okay, always making sure that his son is recognizing that he's responsible for like being a protector for his little sister and all this stuff. Like he's still very actively a father figure, even though he's kind
Now,
of
important to notice, though, he's not a father figure to other people anymore because the sheriff refers to him as father, as in his priesthood, and he's like, don't call me father. I don't do that anymore.
yeah,
Ooh, he
Something
hung it up
has
for
happened.
some reason. Yeah.
very adamant against his priestly fatherhood or
Yeah.
whatever you would consider that.
Yep.
So is it not then that night is when they see the figure on the roof? Because
Maybe.
that's when he goes and wakes up Merle and he's like, the Pritchard boys, they're back at us. So you go around this way, I'll go around this way, and we'll act all crazy. And Mel Gibson, his character is like, what do I do? How do I act crazy? And he's like, I don't know, cuss or whatever. And he's like, have you ever heard me cuss before? And he's like, just act crazy. And he runs out of the house. I am mad. I am crazy. Wow.
And they both rush around the house, and then they run into each other. They're like, what? And then the figure is now on top of their roof, and they're like, what? But they can't get a clear view.
Yeah.
So then they call the sheriff again.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
That sounds right.
Confident.
We'll go with it.
And then that's when she's like, can you describe him? They're like, he was tall, maybe, or maybe he wasn't. And maybe not even a man.
This is
Male
a-
was like, you think a woman can jump that high?
She's like, it's a modern age, all right? Women can be robbers too, all right? It's equality. And so then they go on this like 5-minute rant about like Olympic athlete women.
Yeah.
And they're like, yes, of course, that's who was on our roof last night. Like a pole vault Olympic athlete was just jumping around our yard last night.
And so then that's when the sheriff's like, you know what? I recommend going into town. Take your mind off things. And Mel Gibson's like, okay. And so the whole family get in the car and they drive.
Meanwhile, all this is starting to like stir up, and and people are beginning to see all these weird crop circles popping up everywhere, and so like the radio and the news are blowing up with like, ooh,
Crop circle in India.
This is a coordinated effort by these goons or nerds or whatever. And so, anyways, they're driving into town and they're like, no radios, no TVs. We're just gonna be like zoned out. So we get into town. They all kind of like split their way or part ways. The kids go into the bookshop. I don't even know where the dad goes. I think
The dad goes to get the asthma medication
right, the
for
asthma medication.
his son, and needs to get that. And while he's there, and Mel goes to get pizza. While Graham is at the medication store, the lady is like, "Father, I'm scared," and he's like, "I don't do that anymore."
And she's like,
"I need things to confess."
and he's like, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't.
And then she just starts going into it.
Yep. Cannot
And
be
he's
stopped.
like, ah. And so he showed up very late to the pizza place.
Yeah.
Bo and Jack had gotten.
This is gonna bug me.
I know. You should have, for Happy Gilmore, we were calling the main girl wrong the entire time.
Yeah.
So,
Couldn't tell you her name.
yep. It starts with a V. Know that.
When they look on the TV, all the crop field patterns, they're all the same.
Yeah.
So that's how they're like,
Connection.
It's
Yeah.
coordinated.
Now, Bo and Jack at the bookstore, Jack is all like, "Do you have any books on aliens?" And they're like, "Yeah, we got a wrong package delivered here. You can take it." And so he takes this book on aliens by Dr. something.
Some alien name. How do you know that this
Flip-flop.
doctor was also an alien? Ooh.
That'd be interesting.
They go back, right, after having pizza and whatnot. And after they get back, oh boy, something happens. Wait.
Oh.
Okay,
You can do it. I
hold
believe
on.
in you.
No. Because when they come back, they have the baby monitor with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When do they get that before they go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because the sheriff tells Jack like he's like looking at her walkie-talkie and it's like, "Got an old baby monitor." It's basically the same thing, and so that's why he takes
Right.
it
Yeah.
to feel like a
It's
cop.
supposed to be like
Right.
radio.
Yeah.
So then when they get back, they hear.
Yeah.
It was Dory making whale calls.
And a whole bunch of static.
Jack's like, guys, they're speaking.
And the dad's like, "You're crazy, son.
Yep.
Let's go inside." And he's like, No. If we get up higher, then we can hear them better. And so he gets up on the truck or whatever, and then that's when they start hearing more. Yeah, I don't really think it's more clear. It's just more static, right?
It does get clear.
It does get clear.
It gets clear. It gets clear when there's like two of them are on the roof and two of them are on the hood, and they're all like reaching for each other to help each other up, and like everyone like touches hands. So I'm assuming that they're associating that with like electricity.
yeah.
Like the electricity from our bodies helps boost the signal slightly, and all of a sudden it's like clear momentarily. For a few seconds, you hear these super clear like clicks, like conversational clicks.
I wonder if we tried it, if we could hear something.
What do you-
Wait,
Ready?
if we're
Here.
touching.
Wait.
Yeah, ready? You guys hear that? Sorry.
You know I can't hear so well.
Yeah, but they don't know that. You're always wearing headphones.
Yeah, it's true. My voice did not give anything away.
No.
Now all your viewers know your secret.
Yeah.
Can you believe this?
This is kind of crazy.
The danger of the internet.
The danger of the internet.
Yep.
I went to an Afghan market the other day, and the guy was like, "Cool accent. Where are you from?" And I was like, "Baltimore." And they were like, "What?" Mel and Graham are not believers, and Graham still kind of doesn't want to believe.
Yeah.
Mel is
No.
now like, "Okay, I think there's aliens."
Yeah. They see alien ships now over, I think it's like New Mexico City or something like that.
They see like lights in the sky.
That's
at
right.
night.
It's night,
Yeah.
so they don't see the ships, but they just see lights
Yep.
over the city, and they're kind of freaking out now, and they're like, oh. Then there's this very profound conversation between Meryl and Graham, where Graham goes into just kind of like a soapbox speech on believing and basically hope, like basically like believing in hope. And you can divide people into two different groups. There are people who believe in hope, and there are people who don't, and they just see everything as chance, and sometimes they get good luck and sometimes they don't. And he's like, what are you? And Meryl's like, I'm a guy who believes, like I see signs.
That's the name of the movie.
And what do you believe? And he's like, are you comforted? He's like, yeah, but what do you believe? And he's like, I don't believe.
So Graham goes, did I ever tell you what my wife's last words to me were? She said, see, and swing away. And for some reason, her brain cells were dying. She thought of one of your baseball games. And
because Merrill used to be like a semi-major league.
I think he was a
guy.
minor league player.
Yeah.
He had like the most home runs
But-
record, but also the most strikeout record.
Exactly.
Because
But
he
he's
would
got
swing.
like this crazy hit that's like a world, record-shattering hit, and he had the bat that he used to hit that hung up in the.
Yep.
But people still like when they're out at town, that comes up too, and like some of the old guys are like, "You have the most strikeouts."
Yeah.
So that kind of hangs over him a little bit of like
Yep.
not living up to his potential.
Yeah, and he said, I just can't not swing.
Yeah. He said it felt wrong not to swing, and so he would just swing every single time as hard as he could.
Which
And-
that's gonna be one of the takeaways.
yeah,
I
yeah.
guarantee you.
And oh, do you know something?
No.
Oh.
Doesn't Merrill moves the TV into the
Yeah, so
That's
they wake up
closet.
the next morning.
Next day.
And Graham wakes up and he follows an extension cord basically to the closet where Meryl is watching TV alone in the closet, and like the kids were up since like 6 a.m.
Which that's
watching.
never a good sign you're in a good place mentally.
Yeah. Lock yourself in a dark room
Yeah.
with the TV.
Yeah.
And I think this is when he's like, you can see them in New Mexico City now, maybe. Something like that.
This is where he's like, you can't see the lights anymore.
Oh yeah.
He's like, but they're still there. They're still there. He's like, birds keep hitting them and falling. Like there's something in the sky. He's like, they're invisible. And so
And Graham's kind of like, I don't know about all this.
yeah.
Phone call.
He gets a phone call. He's like, hello, and there's like nothing. And then I think there's one word. I think it's father, and I think that's it.
Yep.
And then the line just goes like dead. And by that one line, he's like, oh shoot, I think I recognize that voice. He shows up basically to the house of the guy who accidentally killed Graham's wife in a car crash.
By falling asleep at the wheel.
For context, this is where I fell asleep, so I didn't know that.
Oh wow,
That's pretty wild.
That's
yeah.
This is
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's on the edge of his seat now.
What else happened?
So you'll have a. I think there was a little bit earlier in the film. There was a flashback to the beginnings of that night, which basically tells that his wife died in a car accident, and it shows this this character who I can't remember his name either. Ray, yeah.
That one I
Ray.
remember. They mentioned his name as well. At some
Ray,
point.
who accidentally fell asleep at the wheel one night coming home from working late and hit Graham's wife. And
it's a terrible accident.
it's a bad accident.
Yeah.
She's not making it out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they basically called Graham and they're like, you need to come and see your wife for the last moment she's alive. And so you get all that context, and then you get the snippets of like the conversation that he had with Meryl where he talked about her last words, and you get some snippets like that too.
Yeah.
But he shows up to Ray's house, and house is locked up. He's knocking on the door. He's peeking in the windows. He's looking in, and he sees like everything's disheveled, and he's like, oh, that's weird, and turns around. Dude's sitting in his driveway, just like stone cold, staring straight. So he goes up to the car, and he looks in, and it's like packed. It's packed. Like
He's also bleeding a little bit.
moving out. Yeah, and he's got blood on his shirt. Ray goes into an apologetic confession about how he knows that he has wrecked Graham's faith by killing his wife.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And so it's like this.
That's just so into it now.
I don't remember.
It's
this.
it's this very like it's this moment of like he said, I called you because I meant to call you however many months ago, and it was like about how long the wife has been dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was like, I needed to call you after this happened and apologize, and I never did. And he was like, and so when I needed to call someone, yours was the only number I could think of because it was on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So he calls Graham, and he's talking to him a little bit about the situation, and he says, I think these things don't like water, so I'm gonna leave and go to the lake. And by the way, Father, don't open my pantry. There's one of them in it.
And then I think this is when we cut back to the closet.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Meryl's sitting there watching the TV, and then they're like, breaking news. We just got this amazing new footage from Brazil.
Yeah.
Warning, this might be frightening for some of our young viewers. And it's a birthday party in Brazil, and they're all like, happy. I'd about to say Feliz Cumpleaños, but that's wrong.
It's close.
That was
close.
very
That
insensitive. We are so sorry to all our Brazilian
Well, that's why I didn't
listeners.
say it. That's why I said I was going to say it, but I didn't actually
All
say it.
38 of the Brazilians watching this, we apologize.
I think
we
there's like
don't
2.
speak Brazilian.
And so then that's when in this video cam footage at the birthday party, everybody starts looking out the window, and it's in classic found footage format, like you can't actually see anything, and then eventually the camera locks in and you see like a Bigfoot alien basically, like at that pose.
Yeah.
And they all like
Yeah. He's freaking
and
out.
cut back to Graham, and he's wandering around Ray's disheveled house. Ray's driven off to the lake by this point.
He's gone.
He gone.
He peeled out. As soon as the conversation was over, Leadfoot gone.
And he sees a shadow on the inside, on the other side of the pantry.
Yeah.
I guess there's a light in this pantry?
Or a window.
I
was just- I think-
a lot of pantries in old houses will have windows because they didn't have very good like electrical systems. So I mean,
Fair enough. That's on me for judging.
it did look like an old house. I think.
And
This is where I did wake up.
Oh, okay.
Do
And
they-
so
do
what
they-
happened?
We're caught up. So he goes up to the door, and because he's hearing all this noise on the other side, he's like, I wish I could see what's under there. So he starts to like get down, and it's like that camera angle where it's like super close to his face, and you're just like, oh, something's about to happen. He's like getting down close to the door, but he's like, maybe not. And then he gets up and he sees a knife, and you're like, oh my goodness, he's just got a like full swing. But then he gets down and he uses it as like a mirror to try to look inside. Doesn't see anything. And so he starts walking away, and then he hears something, and he's like, okay, fine, whatever. So he gets down there, and he's like trying to really look inside the door and see something, and then a hand sticks out, and then he's like, ah, and it cuts off the fingers, and then it.
Loud shriek. Cut back to the house.
Yeah. Mayle's freaking out a bit. Graham shows up, and he's just like,
In shock.
guys, there's aliens. And Mayle's like, I know. And the kids are like, we know. And they're wearing tinfoil hats because of the book they were reading.
He walks in, they're all just sitting on the couch, just like wide-eyed, and they got their pointy hats on.
And he's like, well, I heard a rumor they don't like water, so we can go to the lake, or we can stay here and board up and hope we survive the night.
During the movie, you asked like which one we would do, and I said
Yeah.
the house just because like you know it more.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you go based off of a rumor, like where more other people are at though?
Yeah.
Because like other people are gonna be out at the lake.
Yeah.
Strength in numbers.
I mean, it's possible, but my instinct would have been the exact same as Graham's. I'm like, no, Graham wanted to leave. Sorry.
Yeah.
My instinct would have been the exact same as the rest of the families, where I would have been like, I know this place. I know my vantage points. I know my disadvantage points, where I can escape. I know what I can use to defend myself.
And yet, with that, they did not prepare themselves as much as
No.
they could
No.
have.
No.
I think the reason I would have left is because they make a comment about the crop circles being navigation points.
Mm-hmm.
And so just being further away from where
They're gonna
they've,
land.
marked their territory,
Yeah.
instead of being in the backyard of where they, that's the plus is, added benefit. If they do happen to be allergic to water or whatever, then you're already there. So
Yeah.
I would have leaned towards like.
I had this thought. I was like, why not just go out and mow the rest of the field down, and then they can't find it anymore?
Well, I didn't know it for a fact, I think, the other thing.
Well, yeah, but like you have time. Like, why
That's a
not at
great-
least try?
Fair enough.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, granted, also the spaceship could be invisible, so you know.
They could
they're
already be there. Yeah,
so
for sure.
basically, they're like, all right, we're gonna have to board up the windows and everything. And they're like, how do you know that's gonna work? And Graham's like, they don't seem to like pantry closets very much. And they're like, classic.
Got him.
And so that's kind of when you get like classic montage time of
Yeah.
boarding up the windows.
Yep. And then
That's
then
the
they
song.
go into this conversation about like, what do you want for dinner? And they're going through like these last meals of kind of an idea of like whatever they want. We'll make whatever they want.
Which is
And-
this like death row like last dinner
Yeah.
conversation?
I think it's
Because
kind
Meryl
of
was like,
like
we got stuff for sandwiches. And then
Yeah.
Graham's like, screw that. What do you want?
yeah.
What would you choose for your last
Oh,
dinner?
no.
I know this is like a classic question, but I feel
Oh,
it's
man.
fun. Aliens are coming. They're gonna eat you. They're gonna tear you apart or suck your brain out. Whatever. What are you having?
I'm going to have a filet mignon for sure. Obviously.
So you're going fancy.
With the side of a Pokeball.
Oh
Wow.
Oh, that's a wild mix there.
Variety.
Listen. I love me a steak. I also love me sushi. So
Okay.
that's just
Wow. Okay.
what a little surf and turf action.
Okay. I think I would go with. My mom makes this like fantastic smoked salmon blueberry salad thing.
Oh wow.
It is so good and it's so healthy. Now, technically, maybe for like my last meal, I wanted to
You're
go
gonna have
very
something
healthy.
healthy for your last meal?
But then I'd have pineapple upside down cake for dessert.
Oh shoot.
Ooh, I didn't know you were
Wow.
a pineapple upside down
Oh, I
cake
love
kind of guy.
that. Oh yeah. Oh
Wow.
yeah. So good.
Breakfast foods. Like
Mm.
Oh, wow.
I'm a breakfast guy.
Mm.
I love it.
What?
Probably crepes.
Ooh.
I feel like crepes are.
Are you a sweet or savory crepe guy?
I'm a sweet crepe guy.
Look at this guy. Of course he's sweet.
I'm sugar in my crepes. They're good.
Cue the music, Ben.
What music?
I don't know. Whatever. He's gonna do something there. I know it.
Yeah, it's probably will. There's like chicken teriyaki, there's burgers and
Yeah.
everything. So everybody they have their meal, and they're all sitting there, and Graham's like, well, let's eat. And they're kind of like, we should say grace
Yeah.
before eating, and also to not die. And Graham's like, when I say eat, we're gonna eat, dang it.
We're
And they're
not gonna
like,
pray.
"Why?"
Yeah.
He said, we're never gonna pray again, because
Yeah.
So,
His anger for the Lord comes out.
Yeah.
About.
And it's very good though. It's a very good moment of
Yeah.
of him actually like expressing his
Yeah,
anger, and then
'cause-
his family coming around him, especially in a moment like that where he's like super rageful. I was like, is he gonna like hit people?
Yeah.
But he embraces his kids, and then Meryl jumps in there for group
And
hug.
I think that's just fear kind of consuming him because up to this point he's shown no fear.
Mhm.
He's been very stoic, but he's not shown fear of what's
Yeah.
going on. He's just kind of like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna face it this way. He's not scared, and so he kind of breaks down, and you can see he's like, oh, I'm kind of terrified.
Yeah.
And it also, I think, all throughout the film, I think there's these little moments that kind of express his hopelessness in a lot of ways.
but he clearly has not expressed
Yeah.
this
no,
at
nothing.
all to anybody.
Nothing.
Certainly not God.
No.
So this is both to his family and to the Lord.
We do get more context from that night and context about the mother when they're boarding up the house.
Mhm.
He goes into this spiel and he's telling his kids about the first time their mother saw them, and you get these contexts of like Bo didn't cry and smiled, which was supposed to be impossible for a newborn baby, and then you get context that the mom has visions or dreams of her
Yeah,
son
prophetic.
before he's ever born, and she's like, you are exactly what I thought you were, or you're exactly as I saw you. So you get context on the mom having kind of a prophetic foresight of stuff that's to come.
While it's happening, like they hear the aliens outside the house that are
Yeah.
like scraping on the door and like trying to get in and
Yeah.
everything, and they're standing in the hallway.
Yeah.
Which is like the most exposed area of the entire house, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm glad we're family bonding right now, but also like let's get
Yeah.
somewhere where a little, it's like one entryway as
Yeah.
opposed, you got all these entry points.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is that was the most central point of the house, so they were away from all the doors and windows.
Fair enough.
Still not a good place though.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
not safe at all.
Yeah.
But
And they don't have any weapons either.
Yeah.
I'm like, for staying at home and choosing this path, you did not prepare yourself
yeah,
well.
they don't pick up any weapons.
No.
They don't fight. So
And so the aliens start coming in, and they're kind of running around a bit, and they end up going to the basement.
Yeah.
Into the cellar, and the aliens like trying to get in the
Banging
door.
on
They're
the
like
door.
holding it shut. Graham is doing his best, and they're trying to find ways to like jam the door more,
Yep.
so they get like this old fire axe pickaxe
Yep.
looking thing. They jam it, and then they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is a distraction." They're finding another way in.
Yeah.
And so then they're like, "There's an old chimney chute, right?"
there's an old coal chute.
Coal chute.
I think Graham has a realization and gains hope again. When the aliens are trying to get through the door and he's down there with his family, he gets this glimpse of hope again, and he's like, I'm not ready to die. Because up to this point, he's had no fight in him whatsoever. And so then he like digs his heels in and keeps the door closed. And so they keep the aliens out from the doorway, and then they're looking for the coal chute.
When they get down there,
Yeah.
they're like in a frantic, in a panic, and like the aliens trying to get in. So like in the scuffle of everything, they bust the only light that's down there.
one.
And so then like the rest of this like sequence is like just flashlights and everything. And it's very intense.
Yeah.
Very, very
And
scary.
so then finally, Meryl and Graham find the coal chute, and they look and they see Jack standing right in front of it, and then Hand just like go and grab him, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Whoa!" And then like the lights are going crazy, you can't see anything.
Scuffle.
And
You just hear voices.
They pull Jack away. Meryl was able to board up the coal chute, and then that's when Graham is like, "We left his inhaler upstairs." Oh
and
my God.
he's having a big panic attack.
He's having a huge asthma attack. His lungs are wanting to seize up on him. He's
Which
freaking out.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have one even if I didn't have asthma.
Yeah. So Graham is there, and he's like, breathe with me, like stay with me, come on. And you're just there about it, like can't.
Yeah.
This guy just lost his wife. They're gonna kill his son right now.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah.
And Meryl and the daughter just sit
Yeah.
and watch basically.
Yeah.
And
There's
they
nothing
have
else
no
they can
choice
do.
but to sit and wait.
Yeah.
And Meryl starts saying, tell he's like mouthing prayers, but it's not.
Yeah.
They go the whole night like that, and then Graham wakes up with the son, his son still in his arms, but Meryl's found a light bulb, so he screwed that back in so they can actually see now. And he's like, "Do we go up? Are they gone? I don't know."
He's like the radio says they're gone. They left this morning.
And he's like, if Jack has another attack, like that's it, he's gone because there's no capacity left in his lungs.
Yeah.
And so they're like, if we risk this, we risk his life as well.
Yeah, but they need to get the inhaler.
Yeah.
Like ASAP.
He's dying.
So they remove the axe. Graham goes up without said axe.
He leaves it down there. Nobody picks it up.
He's like, "It's all clear." And he goes and he grabs his son and puts him on the couch and is like, "Meryl, get the inhaler."
Yeah.
And they're looking for it. Graham is like, let's get the TV up in here. Or
Yeah.
maybe both suggest it. And so Graham goes to the closet to get the TV, and he's reeling it out, and you see the reflection of the TV and an alien standing over Jack.
Holding the boy.
Jack, that's right, in his arm. And you're just like, which, side note, they did a very good job of doing the Jaws thing, of not actually showing the aliens.
Yeah,
very often
I love
because
that.
of CGI.
It makes the
Wasn't good?
suspense of the movie
I
so
actually
good.
thought like them showing the full silhouette of the alien too. I didn't think they were gonna do that. I thought they were gonna keep it like very obscure.
Yeah, but like seeing it in a reflection, you're like,
Yeah.
whoa, that was intense. And so then Meryl's sitting there, Graham is there, and they're just watching him, the alien, hold his son.
Yeah.
They're like, what do we do? And at one point, the radio people said they have like a poison.
Yeah.
They can,
Yeah, they say they were coming after people, not the planet, and they can emit small amounts of poison gas. Is what the radio said.
And it's like something that's like sticking out at the bottom of his wrist, and he's like holding it over his son or whatever.
He's got a little like pipe that comes out of his wrist.
Yeah.
and so then he starts spraying this
when the-
poison.
This when the flashback happened.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is where we see the final piece of
Yeah.
the crash.
You see the full sequence flashback of the night the wife dies, the whole conversation between her and Graham, and she ends the whole conversation like they said before, she ends the conversation with, tell Graham see, and tell Meryl swing away. And so you cut back to present tense, and Graham's standing there in the living room, and he's looking around, and his head pans, and boom, on the wall, the home run bat.
Yep.
The home run record bat
Right
From
next to
Meryl.
Meryl.
is mounted on the
Which,
wall.
if they had just brought up the axe, then they could have swung that too. But whatever.
Yeah. We have a lack of fight in this movie a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. And that's when Graham looks at Meryl and he goes, start swinging.
Yeah.
And Meryl takes a second, ironically, for somebody who can't not swing.
Yeah.
And then he grabs that bat and he just goes, bah, and he whacks this alien.
Whacks
And
him.
He does.
Graham-
The alien does get off poison onto Jack before that
Yes.
happens.
Yeah. Graham grabs Jack and takes him outside.
And Meryl's just left. Bah, bah, bah.
Fighting
Yeah,
him.
there's-
And in the scuffle, the alien gets water on him because Bo hates all the water in the house and has left glasses everywhere.
It's a fun reveal moment where they're like just like panning around the room. It's like all these water glasses that she's left around. It's
Yeah.
really funny.
And so he just starts like swinging away at the water and whacking away at the
and
alien.
it's burning this alien like she's the wicked witch of the west.
Yeah,
You know?
just eating
Good
up
reference.
total acid to his skin.
Uh-huh.
And so Dad and the kids are outside, gives him the epinephrine shot or whatever it is to try and
Yeah.
calm his asthma. He's like, this is why he has asthma. This is why.
His lungs were closed.
His lungs were closed. No poison got his lungs. And he's basically like almost praying it
Yeah.
at this point.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
Bo's sitting there crying, and after Meryl beats the crap out of the alien, he comes outside, and they're all just standing there, and they're like, "Oh no," because they're thinking this is it. Like he's lost his wife and his son, and then air in his lungs.
And they're like, oh, thinking. Now I can breathe again, too.
Yeah.
It's a very intense sequence.
Yeah.
From
It's
there-
like month later, year
Yeah.
later, something
Yeah.
like that.
However long later, it's wintertime now. It was. I
It's
don't
like
know,
they do a
some
little
other
fun
season,
pan
fall,
around
yeah.
like the bedroom, and you see the snow
Yeah.
fall down. outside.
And you see Graham comes out in the traditional white collar.
Yep.
And they're like, he's gained his faith back. And
Yep.
Everybody's happy.
You hear the kids playing downstairs, and just a joyous scene.
Who knew that aliens could bring you to Jesus?
Amen.
Amen.
It was a very spiritual movie, I
Yeah.
will say.
Yeah.
I was not expecting it.
Yeah, they did a great job of just making you with the whole. It was wow. He was like, "This is why he had asthma."
Yeah.
That was like, and that's why the girl doesn't like water.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the
You
girl
know.
doesn't like water, and she also has a like prophetic dream gift like her mom, because she saw her brother and thought he was gonna die. She thought he was dying in her dream. But yeah, the whole premise of the movie, which was a part of the night conversation between Graham and Meryl, is basically like all things happen for a reason, kind of. It was in
Yeah,
that
it's
conversation.
like, do you see
and
sign?
then,
Did you
like,
see
at the end.
coincidence?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Is there chance at all, or is it all planned? Is it all part of something bigger? And so like that's the overarching premise of this movie, and it really culminates in that last scene with like the water and the bat and the asthma and
Steven, what is a takeaway from the movie for you?
Ooh, great question. If there are crop circles that start showing up near your house, ever just move. I think in general, in like horror thriller things, people are too connected to their homes. I don't care. I'm leaving. If I see spooky things outside my window like 2 or 3 nights in a row, I'm out. I'm gone.
Two or three.
The first time could be a coincidence.
the second time
The second
was a
time
dream.
it's like okay, time to get out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Now granted, I mean it's a small town, whatever. But I'm gone.
Okay.
I don't understand why we're so committed.
Yeah.
So the takeaway is don't get attached to material things.
Sure, if you want to word it like that. I would say don't be afraid to be a coward. And run away.
Is this really the message you want to be promoting right now?
I
I don't know if you've seen any of our episodes, but we're very casual.
Got it.
Yeah. Well, Corbin, that brings us to you. What is one of your takeaways?
Well, the thing that I love about the movie is the premise of there's no such thing as coincidences. It's a very hopeful message because it gives depth and reason to all of the struggles in life. And so that is one of the reasons, or the foremost reason why I love this movie so much, is because I think it's number one, I think it's like a fun thriller movie. It's not too horror. I really am not a horror guy, but I like to be on the edge of my seat a little bit. And so it's like it's a good film, but the idea that just kind of coordinates right along with my faith is like there's no such thing as coincidences. Everything bad in my life has formed me in a good way at some point for some reason, and everything good has had good fruit from it. So
Amen. And this is why we had him on the show.
Well, that reminded me what I was gonna say, which was a lot better than what I actually said.
Okay,
which
give us
is don't be afraid to express your negative feeling, particularly in prayer.
yes.
You know, 'cause that's
yeah.
what Graham does in that very cathartic moment at the
Yep.
dinner table, and you see it in the Psalms constantly.
Yep.
So, like, don't be hiding your feelings. God can take them. He can handle it.
He gave them to you in the first place. So. Yeah.
So
That's very good.
that's what I was
very
gonna
good.
say. So thanks for the reminder.
You're welcome.
My takeaway is take a karate lesson or something. Like if
That's-
you're not going to be using weapons, like know some like body movements. Because golly, if you're not going to use a weapon, like you're defenseless, man.
What kind of like martial arts,
Well, like
self-defense kind of stuff are you thinking?
I don't know, like something, right? Like if you're going to go up
Well-
against the alien, you fisticuffs, like you better know how to throw a
Well,
punch.
all I'm saying, my brother took karate and he just knew a bunch of forms that couldn't help him. So you just like walk downstairs and he was just like, hey, yeah.
Hey, the aliens don't know what to do with that.
You know what? That's
True.
great.
Deep breathing is very intimidating.
They could think you're insane.
I'm crazy. Yeah.
You don't want my blood. I'm nuts.
Well, so either that or just like, I don't know, learn how to defend yourself, please.
Yeah.
Okay? If it's not going to be with a weapon, be with your hands. Okay?
Do
They
you know how to
couldn't-
defend yourself, Dutch?
It depends on the circumstances.
What do you do?
I pull Corbin's sidearm.
Ta-da! I'm the weapon.
That's right. Why do you think we're roommates?
Oh, it all comes together.
I don't
now.
have to do it. I just have to have somebody else who can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
And that's called living smart
That's
and not
strategy.
hard. Yeah, that's right.
strategy.
Chuck Norris was supposed to be the dad, but they couldn't get him. And
so we got Corbin instead.
Mel Gibson became the role of the
Oh,
dad.
yeah.
So there was going to be a lot more action and fighting aliens, and they were like, we got to change the whole thing.
It's got to be so serious.
We
now.
can't get Chuck. Dang it.
That's also why there's so little fighting in Braveheart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They couldn't get Chuck for that one either. He was supposed to have
It's just not the same.
every Mel Gibson role. But
well,
he just-
could Chuck
just-
do a Scottish accent?
Chuck can do anything.
That's right.
He's Chuck Norris.
Well, anyway, thank you guys for joining us for another episode. We sure do appreciate you spending your time and your energy here. Hopefully, not too much energy.
I was
but
gonna say
it
should
is
be
YouTube,
energy-less.
you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to do the quick plug real fast. If you guys like the show, consider supporting us by either liking and subscribing, commenting, and we will try to get back to you, by the way, or leaving us a message at wackandtrash@gmail.com, or getting some merch. If you like a poster like this guy, which is a little torn at the bottom, don't mind me. That was just me putting it up today. It was not the packaging. It was packaged very, very nicely. Consider going to our store in the link on any of our social medias. I don't know if it's on like any Spotify.
Well, surely it will be in the link in the description of the video.
Well,
if you're going to talk about this.
For
stuff.
sure, yeah.
I would hope you're adding that.
And to end us off on this episode, Corbin, why don't you give us your best impression of what an alien sounds like? be a Star Wars character.
Thank you.
It's that. What are those called? The Wampas.
You can find
What?
me. You can find me in the Mos Eisley canteen.